YouTube, what is going on today? Hope y'all having a good and blessed day. This one's insane. My first initial thoughts, I'm not going to lie to you, I was thinking this can't be Georgia even before I saw the thumbnail. First thing I looked at, that was crazy enough for me to click on it. But I was like, this can't be Georgia because he would have met God that day. Second thing was, he looks short already as is, so short man syndrome is an actual thing. Not for every short dude. Shout out to my, short kings out there. But he has short man syndrome. I can tell. Let's get into this video, man. This one's called Loose Cannon. Maryland man pulls gun on couple for taking selfies in a convenience store. Insane. Let's get into it though, man. Make sure that like button. Make sure y'all subscribe as well. Let's go.
What's up?
A Maryland man is arrested for allegedly pointing a gun at a couple after they took selfies. We hear the full story from Danielle White, the 27-year-old who was held at gunpoint for seemingly just snapping a picture. Welcome to After Hours, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Sam Goldberg. So that was 27-year-old Danielle White and her boyfriend Walter. It was a Sunday afternoon around 4 p.m. in Maryland. Danielle and Walt were taking Snapchat photos of themselves during an outing to a local market. That's when 38-year-old Timothy Davis suddenly confronts the couple. The escalation didn't end there as Davis decided to follow the pair into the parking lot. Davis then pulls a gun on them.
So he pointed at the boyfriend first, and then he pointed at his girl. By the time that he would have pointed it at the at my girl, I don't even know if he had something on him. So he probably didn't. But for me in this instance, and by the way, while I'm talking through this whole scenario right here, and through this whole entire video, this is not me acting tough. This is stuff that I've actually dealt with before. Being a security guard before, being a bouncer, being, a person that grew up around crazy people. I'm actually speaking from experience, so I'm not just trying to sound tough or act tough, but this is stuff that I can actually break down and diagnose, but it's going to be from my point of view if I was in this situation and I had a gun, which I always do. So yeah, just putting that out there.
Davis was arrested and charged with first and second degree assault, disorderly conduct.
I'm not trying to pause that much, but imagine not wanting your picture to be taken and you got a mugshot. Insane.
Firearm use and reckless endangerment. So joining us now is Danielle White, the Maryland woman who was held at gunpoint and recorded that video. Danielle, thanks so much for coming on.
If you could, just take me through what happened.
So we went to Kenny's Market because they have the best chicken. I'm not gonna lie about that. Their chicken's good.
What are we talking here? Rotisserie,
So we're
pulled
fried chicken.
sandwiches?
So we went no, just fried chicken on the bone. They're so good. But we were waiting in line, and I was being a goofball and wanted to take pictures of me and my boyfriend, like selfies and the weird filters that distort your face. And so I noticed this guy was staring, and I kind of just stared back at him, kind of ignored him. When he got done buying whatever he had to buy, he bought I think 2 cases of water. We walked up and he said, "Were you taking pictures of me?" Kind of attitude. I said no, just like that. My boyfriend kind of de-escalated it and was like, "No, dude, we were taking a Snapchat filter picture. It's all good." And then he got smart. And I said, if I wanted to take a picture, I would just show it to you. It's not that hard. There's nothing illegal about taking a picture of somebody in public. But we were just taking.
In her case, she's right. But there's a law called voyeurism, and I just found out about that a month and a half ago, probably. Voyeurism is basically when somebody takes a picture of you in public for sexual pleasure or something like that, Matter of fact, I'm gonna just show it to you. Hang on. I just woke up, by the way, so bear with me. But anyways, 18 U.S. Code 1801 is a video voyeurism. And it's the law of you knowingly or intentionally taking an image of a private area of someone without their consent under the circumstances in which they have a reasonable expectation of privacy. So yeah, and it's literally right. I don't know if you can see that good, but yeah, that's it right there. But yeah, that's the only time I know that had nothing to do with that. But I'm just putting it out there to help y'all in the future, just in case you deal with a weirdo, because there's a lot of weirdos out there, you know. Yeah.
Selfies. He got very mad and called me an effing B, which was lovely. I walked out of Kenny's and I said, that's a real tough guy move to call somebody, the B word, a female at that. So my boyfriend followed me out. When we started walking to the truck, he started running his mouth about God knows what. Then when we walked to the truck, I did take a picture of him because he was saying a bunch of stuff. He was threatening us. So that's when I pressed record. Right after I took that picture, I pressed record. And that is when he came up. He pointed the gun at my boyfriend's chest, and I kind of sidestepped a little bit because it scared me. I sidestepped towards the gun because I didn't want him to do anything to him. So then that's when I yelled, "Hey," in the video, and he pointed at me into my face, grabbed my arm, and then that's when the video kind of cut.
See, hell no. But how do you sidestep towards the gun? That don't make no sense. Anyways, other than that though, I could tell her boyfriend wasn't carrying, which you should carry a gun. Carry a gun, please. If you're in a state where you can carry, which Maryland is, because I looked up the laws, they can carry a gun there. And this man had his concealed carry, but I'm guessing. Carry a gun. You never know what could happen. It's going to be the time where you think you need it the least. Like with AKA, for this instance right here, when you're taking a selfie with your significant other. It's gonna be a time that you think you least need a gun, that you need one.
I wrestled a little bit to try to get him off my arm, so it was interesting. It was traumatic, but it was interesting.
Did you think he was going to shoot you?
I did. At first, I thought he was going to shoot Walt, which is my boyfriend. That's his nickname. I thought he was going to shoot Walt at first because that's when he pointed the gun at Walt first. But in the video, you can see that he had trigger control, which means that his finger was off the trigger.
That don't mean a fuck thing. That's like saying that I got a grenade in my pocket on a plane, but I didn't pull the pin. I was just holding the grenade like this. I got trigger control. What? That don't mean a fuck thing. But I get what she's trying to say. That means that he had a little bit of restraint, but still, hell no. Hell no. That's like me pulling a knife out, but just trying to stab at you from like 5 feet away. No. What?
On the side. I didn't know that at the time. I just seen a barrel on my face. So, I mean, it was a possibility that, yeah, he could have shot me. And the gun looked like a big gun. It looked like a .45, which could do a lot of damage.
You said he was saying threats to you, I guess, before he pulled the gun and in the store. What did he say to you?
So he started threatening us outside of the store, just saying how he was going to beat my boyfriend and me up. My boyfriend is 6'7". I'm 6 feet. That didn't really scare us. They're
tall as shit. God damn. But first, I can look at Buddy and tell he can't beat nobody ass. Hell, my nephew, he'll probably have a good go at my nephew. My nephew, what the fuck? He can't even beat a fucking 12-year-old's ass. But
just words. The gun did. He had a concealed carry permit, which is very shocking, being at the fact that he pulled it out of his waistband. Yeah. There was no holster. Yeah,
like Buddy look at least about like 160 soaking wet. I'm not even gonna lie to you. At least, like, he's not doing no damage to nobody. That's why you gotta carry around that gun to feel like a big man. I guarantee he just bought that. The paint on that gun look new. The polish on it looks new.
And being the fact that he pulled it out because of him thinking somebody took a picture of him. which is ridiculous.
Idiot.
Did you think he accused you of taking a picture of him? Obviously, to your word, a ridiculous reason to pull a gun on someone. Did you think of showing him your camera roll and being like, hey, look, it was a Snapchat?
Yes. So I told him, and I told him if I took a picture of you, I would just show it to you.
Yeah.
But at the time, I didn't even get a chance to even show him, to prove to him that he was wrong, because he just flipped a lid. He just started going off. So there was no chance of, we couldn't even de-escalate the situation because he just kept escalating it.
You said he grabbed your arm. Like, what did he do exactly?
So when he pointed the gun at my face, he grabbed my arm. I don't know what the purpose of him grabbing my arm was. Maybe he thought I was going to grab the gun. So maybe he tried to grab my arm. I'm not sure. But that scared me because when you touch somebody and then somebody's got a gun to your face at that, we could have went into a wrestling match and the gun could have went off.
Yep.
So I'm glad that I kind of shook him off of me. And then he sort of calmed down and just walked away. But it was definitely scary. That's for sure.
What'd you think of him being released without bond?
I was pretty upset. Being at the fact that he is a loose cannon. And there was reports, because I posted the video on Facebook, there was a report that he pointed a gun at somebody else, but they never reported it.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It can't be proved.
Yeah, that's a brand new fucking gun. See, this is the problem with some people when they get a gun. They just think they can just run a muckery, bro. Like, they think they can do anything they want to. They're untouchable. They can just start pointing it at anybody. I've never had to point my gun at somebody out in public because I felt threatened or antagonized, or I felt like they were doing something I didn't like. I wouldn't even do that anyway. You know how corny that is, bro? Like, right now, I guarantee you, in this exact moment right here on the screen, he probably thinks that he's entitled to have the utmost respect brought to him by everybody. He thinks that he's on top of the world right now. He thinks that nobody can touch him as long as he has that right there in his hand. That's why he even had the courage to say something to them in the first place. I guarantee you, without that gun, he would have just got his goddamn water. Probably wouldn't even sit on the bottom. Even if they did actually take a picture of him, he probably just got his water and got the hell on out of there, bro.
But somebody did say that. I don't know if they wanted attention, but yeah. So there was another report that he pointed a gun at somebody else. He had a concealed carry permit, but probably not anymore.
Oh yeah, hell no.
But I was very upset that they released him. He should not have been released. I have a child. That could have ended up very badly. I could have been hurt or killed. My boyfriend could have been hurt or killed. And also, the people in the parking lot could have been hurt or killed.
I don't know whether they were carrying or not.
You don't pull a gun, especially out in public where there's a bunch of people and kids. I'm sure there was kids in that parking lot.
What do you think of
I had a dude pull a gun out on me one time similar to that, and what I ended up doing was, there was two people with me, and he ended up pointing the gun at somebody else. That's why I said I'm speaking from experience. He pointed the gun at my friend to the far right of me, okay? So I'm this way. He pointed right. So what I did was I karate chopped his hand like hard as hell. I wanted to make sure he dropped that motherfucker. And if he didn't, I would deal with the consequences. But I hit him hard his hand, dropped it. I kind of like backhand punched him, like you want to say. Like, it wasn't a slap. I had my fist closed. So it was like, bah, hit him in his hand. He dropped the gun. Boom. Just like that. Just like that. And then after that, we went to town on him. He wished he would have used that gun a lot sooner. Or he never pulled it out. I'm telling you, it's just, you got to think in certain situations very, very fast. You just have to. You just have to, especially whenever you're in the security guard field or bouncer's field or whatever you do, bro. You gotta think it through. You gotta think it through, but quickly and wisely. Also, don't put your life in danger.
Proper sentence for him.
It's hard. It's hard to tell. I do think all gun rights should be pulled from him, and he should get years, because this was not a normal situation. This situation could have turned deadly very fast, and I don't want it to happen to anybody else.
And you personally, how are you feeling since this happened?
I mean, I think I'm in shock, but I'm more in shock that he is actually out there just walking. He's not on an ankle monitor. He's just out there walking until the court date, which is very scary.
Danielle, thank you so much for coming on. And again, I'm really sorry this happened to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
I bet they bought a gun though. How much you want to bet? But yeah, in any case though, where you have something to lose in life, or even if you don't have anything to lose really in life, you just make sure to protect yourself. And when you buy a gun, make sure it's for defense purposes only, not offense, bro. Cause me, I'm not just finna be out here threatening people with a gun. I'm not finna be using it to offend people. You know, I want it to defend myself. You know, so you just gotta think stuff through, bro. Cause not everybody's all up there in the head. And yeah, just be careful out there. But anyways, that's it for today's video, man. Let me know y'all thoughts on this one. Let me know whether y'all think that they brought a gun after this or not, for the both of them. And yeah, let me know. Just let me know in the comment section. And also let me know if y'all got any other video recommendations that y'all may check out. I wasn't posting for a while. Like I say like it's been like 3 days now, because it was Mother's Day, so, and I had to help my cousins move, all the other types of stuff. So, but yeah, just let me know. Peace.